Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Archeryshack Shop Talk number 152. I'm Jeremy.
I'm TJ.
We have been away for a week or two for no particular reason, just stuff going on. We're back. We were going to do a live, and I kind of forgot and all this stuff, so it'll be all right.
Yeah.
As we're recording this, it is Saturday, February the 11th, I think.
Yep.
Y'all see this a couple days later, but hell, it was pretty decent day. We had a little crowd come through early and then a little break and then a little crowd come through later. I don't know if people are, spring is getting close and tax season and all that. I don't know if that's what's got people percolating. For us, for Tennessee, the TAC registration was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a good bit of complaining on the TAC pages and all that. I have something else going on that weekend, so I'm not able to go. I know John Partain that helps us in that crew, he said they got in, but they were trying to get like an early time and ended up having to shoot one range at like 1 o'clock or something, or 2, or I can't remember what it said.
I know they got in kind of late. Let's see.
I talked to somebody else that said they didn't get the courses they wanted, but at least they're able to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're familiar with Total Archery Challenge. The registration process is a pain. And as a joke, last year I had wore a shirt one day that said, I survived TAC registration, and I kind of got some laughs at it. But anyway.
They're shooting one at 10:30, 2 o'clock, and 12:30.
Gotcha. It's just, there needs to be a better registration thing going on, and I don't think, if you know anything about TAC, you'll know I don't want to beat a dead horse because it's all over the internet. But
oh, Lord, yeah.
That one, when is that shoot? The first weekend of May?
Yeah, the 5th through the 7th, I think.
So,
yeah.
TAC's great. My personal opinion is, and I've told TJ this, instead of it just being a weekend event, they should be there for a week. You know what I mean? Like for us, we'd probably go like middle of the week when it wasn't that busy.
Yeah.
And then I know other people that, they'd have to go the weekend because they'd have to work or whatever. But I think a lot of people take off work to go, and it would spread out that crowd over like a week. I think that would be, and probably just from what I've read, that would be a good thing at all these different places. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because you get more people, but I don't know. I don't know anything about the back end of the deal. We still got a lot of prime and bear bows coming in. Primes have finally started shipping.
Yeah.
So if you need a prime, we got modules the other week.
Yeah.
So they're getting it going finally.
Mm-hmm.
We got some prime quivers, some prime Hampsky rests, the whole 9 yards. We'll hopefully get some videos out here in the next couple weeks on those. I really got to get off my butt and do bear execute videos. There's several bear bows that I've been meaning to work with, and then the prime stuff, maybe some Bowtech stuff, all that I got to get going. Just as a side thing, and if you're seeing this months later, disregard this, but people all the time ask what used bows we got. We took in a Hoyt Ignite, which is sort of one of their super adjustable bows from a couple years ago. I'll post it sometime this week maybe, but we do have that bow. It'll probably be just guessing a 350-ish seller with it, decked out, but just throwing it out there in case you're listening and know somebody might need it.
Yeah.
But we do have that. We get all kind of messages because of these videos saying, have y'all got a Matthews V3X or whatever? And I don't mind people texting, but it's mostly about Matthews bows, and usually when we get a Matthews, it's gone pretty quick.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, we did a lot more with the used bow side last year, and it's one of them. It's just hard for us because if we sell it locally or sell it online, we can't go back and delete like this video.
Yeah.
We don't want to delete it because...
Well, and then we'll have like multiple bows for sale, and one may sell, and then others may take a while, but we'll still get calls on the other one, or we'll mention it in like an in the shop video, like you saying, and then a good while later, people are like, I want to get that, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that thing's been gone for 8 months.
Yeah.
But
so we try not to go the used bow side, and it's like this too. And I tell a lot of people, number one, we're going to hurt your feelings. It's better off. You are probably going to get more money off of it if you sell it yourself than us.
I always cringe most of the time when people want to trade something in because it's one or two camps usually.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are exceptions to this rule, but had a guy recently in this deal. He's wanting to get a new bow. He's already got a newer bow, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that he thinks is worth a lot of money. But, my go-to is I'll go to eBay, and you can't just search eBay. You got to click on sold items.
Yep.
And you got to make sure they actually sold for that price, not just ended. In other words, somebody didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I'll look at those as my baseline. All right, let's just say this is not this particular scenario, but let's just say they got a Matthews
Z7 Extreme.
Z7 Extreme. I did look one of those up the other day because we took one in. Anyway, we don't have any more. But I looked it up. They were roughly, let's say, $350. But the guy's got in his head he wants 6 or 7 for it, and it's like, well, you got to explain to people, they're selling for $350 basically here. We got to make money to keep the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
So, we might give you, let's just say $250, and then of course everybody gets all pissed off and flustered. And we try to warn if we don't fool with a lot of trade-ins and stuff, but when we do, we try to tell them up front, listen, you can sell this a lot quicker. And most of the ones you see that we have is usually people that say, listen, I understand that. I just don't want to fool with trying to sell it. I'd rather just be done. You know what I mean? So that works out. But people come in with a newer bow, still think it's worth new bow price. You offer them whatever for it, and they think you're crazy, and that's fine. And then you get the people that come in with some old bow.
Yeah. And
we have this happen all the time, thinking it's worth $300 or $400, and it's really like a $25 pawn shop bow, and it's like we ain't even in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. People come in that have bought bows from pawn shops and flea markets and this, that, and the other, and it's an all-day, everyday $50 to $100 old bow.
Yep.
You'll never guess what I gave for this thing. What? $350. And it's like, you don't want to bust their bubble, but sometimes I do. Another $100, you got a brand new bear with a warranty. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
A decent bow, and it's like, ooh. And then when they say, what do you think this thing's worth? And every now and then it'll be like, just to be honest with you, about $75. What?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just telling you the truth here. But
Yeah.
it's a two-edged sword.
It is.
Vegas was last weekend.
Yeah.
Chris Schaff, is that how you say it?
I think so.
Schaff.
I think.
He's with PSC now. He won it. I did not watch it. I meant to, but just
I didn't either.
It crept up on me, and I seen him posting that he had won it, and I was like, well, I missed that one.
Lancaster was the weekend before.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch that. Brody Turner did back-to-back 660s. Am I right? Or 600s?
I think he's a big upcoming fella. You know what I mean? He's as much as he's done, and he's young and all that. I think he's the next line of people coming through.
But from what I understand, he's not interested in 3D. He just likes indoors.
I've heard that.
But I could be wrong. But I mean, it's good. Trying to think.
ASA starts February 23rd in Foley, Alabama. If you're an ASA follower, we got a Reinhardt R100 March 17th through 19th down here. It's right below Commerce, Georgia, and Homer.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out if you're in the area. And I also had on my notes, if you're on Instagram, please follow Archery Hooligan. They post the funniest stuff you could ever imagine. And it's funny because if you know anything about sort of the inside or the companies and stuff, everything they post is absolutely true most of the time, but in a funny manner. It's a wonder they hadn't got like sued or something.
I think I follow them on Facebook and Instagram. But I mean, it is just.
I got a kick. They posted the other day. I don't know if I sent it y'all or not. It had that Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah.
And it said, San Lita Archery trying to copy or research other manufacturers again or whatever, because they're kind of known for copying exact the exact same things other people's got. But
Well, I don't think San Lita does, but there's other companies out there that in China that might.
Oh man, and let's talk about that for a minute.
Uh-oh.
We are in South Carolina, so that balloon got shot down over our coastline out there, and it got shot down where there's a ton. If you're not familiar with the Myrtle Beach area, there's a ton of hotels and campgrounds and all that, and there was a lot of people. My phone was going crazy last Saturday because people were posting their cell phone video of this happening. But if that would have happened in the middle of the summer, you'd have had people on boogie boards swimming out there to try to get a piece of that balloon.
Yeah.
And then a freaking hovercraft landed a couple days ago.
Yeah, up in Cherry Grove.
To restock. I guess it come off a Navy boat that's out there trying to find parts of this balloon, but what a mess. And I also made a funny video about the balloon and me shooting it down with a bow. I put it on
TikTok, I think.
TikTok, or maybe an Archeryshack page. I can't remember, but if I can remember, I'll link it. Or if y'all hadn't seen it, put it in the comments. I'll try to find it and put a link. But it's been some wild stuff happening here lately.
Uh-huh.
We got some duck hunter down in the low country that went missing, and I'm in groups following him, and he may be legitimately missing, but other people are saying they've seen him and his phone had pinged off at a couple different locations, and something about he was supposed to go to court for some big charge in 2 or 3 days after he supposedly went missing. South Carolina, and then we've been watching it today, the Murdoch murder trials going on a couple hours down the road. So South Carolina is a hotbed of stuff right now.
Oh yeah.
And I just can't decide what's going on with that trial. We've been watching stuff. I done got TJ hooked.
Yeah, I'm gonna be binge watching a lot of stuff now. I don't know, like right now we got something on. There's 4 guys on a Zoom call and they're all talking about body language. Well, we have the Southern accent, but like you get, what would you say, an hour and a half, 2 hours below us down towards Columbia, you start getting into the,
like we call it like a low country accent. Augusta's got it a little bit, and down at Beaufort area, and basically past Newberry if you're familiar with the area.
Yeah, and so these cats are talking about body language and
the way he talks.
The way he talks.
That's just South Carolina low country talk.
Yeah, and it's just, I'm sitting here thinking, y'all about full of crap, because that's just the way people talk around here, and
I don't know. What do y'all think? If you kept up with it, did he kill his son and his wife or not? I don't know.
I don't either.
I thought maybe he did, but the more I watch, I'm not as convinced anymore. And then I don't know. I see certain things and I'll go one way or the other. He's definitely involved in some financial stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I hadn't really watched a whole lot of it, but now Jeremy over here's got me hooked, so I'm gonna be binge watching now.
There's been so much to research. The spy balloon, it literally came right over our area.
Yeah.
And then last Saturday, somebody come in at the counter, and I remember it was almost at the beach, and I said, I might have told Bobby, I don't remember how I was like, they are going to shoot that thing down, wait and see as soon as it gets over the water. As soon as that person left, it was about 30 minutes. I remember I got my phone out 4 minutes ago, balloon shot down. I was like, God almighty. And then I started seeing video after video of people I know down there. Man, that is something crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That is something crazy.
I'm surprised it made it that far, though, without being shot down before.
I don't know. They said it was at like 60,000 feet originally. I don't know where I don't think it was that high when it got to the beach, but I don't know. And then, they done took another one down in Alaska, and I just read something about a third one that's over Canada. I'm just worried we're about to be in the middle of a mess. I hope not, but it is what it is, I guess.
I'm just surprised that we did not have... Nobody posted videos or anything of them out there in the middle of nowhere with a rifle trying to shoot the sun gun out the sky.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure people were shooting at it.
Oh, I'm sure too, but
I don't remember where I think most jets stay at about 30,000 feet. They're sort of where they're cool at. But somebody had a picture out of a jet window, and it must have been out this way because it was damn near even with them, or even maybe a little below them.
Yeah.
So I think that's when they shut a couple airports down here in Columbia and Myrtle Beach, and took the old joker out.
She gone.
But I mean, I know they probably had a lot to quickly figure out.
Yeah.
Like if everybody's jumping on, they should have shot it down in Montana, and like I kind of agree, but at the same time, if they were unsure if this thing had like some kind of chemical something on it or whatever, I almost don't blame them for, hey, let's make sure we ain't about to really screw up here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel on that matter, but my big thing is, how did they not really see the thing until it's already well into the United States?
Exactly.
They said it had already crossed Alaska, some of Canada, came back in, was over Montana before it hit the news, and it's like, this should have been like, well, I don't know. You know, in my head, I don't know how all this works. We got some kind of fancy system that, you know, anything that crosses our airspace is immediately, they acting like, hell, this thing's been floated over a whole state and all this before they even seen it up there. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they did know and we just ain't heard about it. But the way from what I've heard, it was just like, oh, by the way, there's a China balloon floating up there. Don't be alarmed.
Oh, me. Of all things, a big white balloon.
Ugh,
You know?
that's something else. I ain't never heard of such.
Ain't.
What an eventful South Carolina week or week and a half has been. And then down at the beach, that big hovercraft thing pulled up. They said they had arranged a U.S. Food Service 18-wheeler had backed up there basically to the beach. Hell, they got off with a bobcat of this big thing. It'll hold tanks and stuff. Loaded all the groceries on it, and then said they even, a bunch of them walked across the street to the regular grocery store and I guess got some other stuff, probably some beer, I don't know.
I don't know either.
But anyway, and then stayed there a couple hours loading up and all, and then rolled back to the ship. But that was something you don't normally see. And I guess everybody, I know here in South Carolina, it was all over the news, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This thing was huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was all over the country, people were seeing that footage or not, but I just thought it was crazy. So I researched this thing, the landing, whatever it's called.
Landing air cushion something.
And it was like, it travels typically between like 3 and 15 miles. It'll do 45 miles an hour fully loaded, 80, almost 80 unloaded, all kind of stuff. I was like, man, I didn't know we even still use something like that, but it was something out of Star Wars. But anyway, back to the bow talk. We've had an eventful time here.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the bow talk. We got Kiwi Bowman this weekend, which the bottom just fell out here.
Yep.
And it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so that kind of sucks. I don't know what our next local shoot is after this. I'd have to look.
Probably Tab.
They should have one coming up. We've seen an uptick, slow uptick in string orders and walk-in traffic. Speaking of string orders, I don't mention it on here like I probably should, but if you need a bowstring, go to archeryshackstrings.com. Put in the discount code YouTube15, and it'll get you 15% off. We do see a good many orders come through with that. And there's a video somewhere out there from like a year or two ago. We went over all the colors and all that, and it's honestly one of the only videos I've ever seen where it shows the exact colors this stuff is, because there's like a yellow, and then there's a fluorescent yellow, and people get that all confused, and different blues and all that. But check that video out. But yeah, holler if you need a string set or need to ship you. We've had a lot of people ship in bows lately, getting restrung and tuned up. A couple Ravens and this, that, and the other. So
Tab is next weekend, the 18th and 19th.
okay. My nose is itching. But yeah, I should have brought one out. There was one actually sitting here and I put it up, but they came out with 2 new colored legits, basically a dealer only colors, and they look pretty sharp, and we got some in, and we'll show it in a video or something.
Yeah.
But they came in
stone riser. One of them stone riser with the carbon fiber limb, and the other one is a stone riser and bottomland camo. So they both look really sharp.
We got in a big Mountain Ops order if you need any. We got the green, you didn't drink yours, the green gummy flavor just come out. I don't know what I think about it. I can't tell what it tastes like.
It's kind of a sweet green apple to me.
Yeah.
Which I like the regular green apple, so I may try to order some for too long.
We got some, I'm just looking in yonder. We got Ammo, we got Magnum, we got Ignite, Yeti, some of the Cameron Haynes BCAA stuff, greens, reds, some samples of Ignite, multivitamins. We got all kind of stuff. So
Yep.
if you need, we've been using it religiously for about a year now.
Yeah.
We had played with it, and I'd wrote it off because I was real thirsty one time. I guess it was TAC we were at, and I drank like 40 or 60 ounces of that Ignite in a 2 or 3 minute period. And I mean, on the way home, I'm like red-faced, and my heart's full palpitations and all that. And I'm like, I ain't touching that stuff again. But I didn't realize I had drank so, like, you're only supposed to drink, like a 20-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
Twice a day or something, if that. And here I am, done drink like 3 of those in a 5-minute period, and I like for 2 days zombied out. But if you use it right, like I like to drink that Ignite about an hour after lunch when I'm starting to feel sleepy or whatever, and it kind of perks me back up, and it ain't got no crazy effects or whatever,
It ain't like a regular energy drink to where after so long you crash. You
Right.
can definitely feel the crash. It's just
Well, that's what sold me too. I got to researching all the stuff that's in it, and it's actually good stuff. It was easy for me, and I still drink the occasional Coca-Cola, but I've cut way back and kind of switched it over to this because this stuff, I don't remember exact calories, but it's like 15 or 20 calories maybe versus 110 or 40 or whatever it is in Coke, and it's actually got good vitamins and stuff in it.
Yep.
And it does have caffeine in it, don't get me wrong, but it's got other stuff to help it not just boop boop drop you out of the sky. But anyway, either way, check it out. No joke, it's something else. And then I've slowly just bought more and more and more. I ended up getting the greens, because I've always, for the past probably 5 to 10 years, I've seen these people saying, "Oh, you can get this green stuff and make and drink instead of trying to eat all these fruits and vegetables." So I looked into the Mountain Ops version. I got to where I drink it in the morning, and I mean, I guess it's doing me good. I mean, I don't know if it's just drinking the extra fluid that makes me feel better, or if it's actually the stuff in it or what. But it lists it. It's got good juju in it, and then they got the reds and the greens and the. They got an Ammo, they call it, which is like a meal replacement. But what I found with it is I need to put it in a blender because it's got some kind of flax seed or something. It'll be, if you just put it in a bottle and shake it, it'll be kind of gritty. But if you blend it, it'll be smooth. So I like to take some ice, I almost make like a Frosty out of it, and drink that thing in the morning. I also like the Magnum's really meant for more like after the workout protein, but if you look at the ingredients, it is very similar to the Ammo. In the Magnum, you can shake up, and you ain't got to blend it or whatever. So sometimes I'll drink it, but overall, I'm just sold on everything they got. To be honest with you, because it works, and it's kind of helped me quit drinking as much soft drink. Because it, like I say, it does have caffeine in it.
Yeah.
But,
and then like. I would do the Enduro. They got one called Enduro, and it's just your basic water flavoring. It doesn't have any caffeine or anything like that.
It's got some good. If you read the ingredients on it, basically what it is, they got 3 levels. They got the Enduro, which is your base level, no caffeine, but it still has I can't pronounce half the stuff in it, but it's got some good stuff in it. And like TJ said, you could almost use it just as a flavoring. Yeah. Then you take it a step further. You got your Ignite, which has got 200 milligrams of caffeine, some stuff to kind of perk you up a little bit. You take it a step further. You got Yeti, which is like the pre-workout. It's basically like the Ignite plus some extra stuff to get you hyped up if you're going to go work out or something. So
that's what I'm drinking is the peach flavored Yeti.
Sometimes in the morning, if I'm kind of dragging, I'll drink a Yeti, but I don't know if I can tell a difference much in the Yeti and the Ignite. I think, in my head at least, the Yeti maybe gives you a little more pep, but it's more geared toward
workout,
pre-workout. But Anyway,
I don't know. I like all of it. The BCAA, I've read up on it. It's supposed to it's like a recovery, so it's after your workout.
I've never drank that, but I bought some on this last order because I get into my running mode, especially when it starts warming up. I'm gonna start drinking it after I run and just see what happens or if anything happens. But what else? We've got the multivitamins in here, and I was on a string of taking them, and I ran out. And then they've also got like a biotics to help with your gut, and they've got a immune. And I took that immune when we went to ATA, and I knew I was going to be around a bunch of people. And I took it. I think when we went to Disney, and I knew I was going to be around a bunch of people. And I didn't get sick. I ain't going to say it's because of that, but surely it didn't hurt. You know what I mean? So they got they've even got stuff like if you kind of want to do a cleanse, Renew, it'll kind of clean you out. I don't really have a plan to use that, but if you are into that sort of thing, they've got testosterone called Ox. We'd got a sample of that somewhere a couple of years ago when it came out. They got some high altitude. We wouldn't use it around here, but it said you could take it if you're going to be at high altitude, and it'll help you, whatever. So there's all kind of stuff. Look them up.
Yeah.
Basically, I think Ignite's what everybody kind of gets in on.
Yeah.
And then I got on the website, got to researching, started ordering a few things here and there and the other. And then I was like, I think we could sell it. We made an order back in the summer, and it sold quick. Got a bigger order. I didn't even posted that we got it. And then they come out with all these different flavors, like the green gummy and all that. Yeah. It's like I want to try some of this stuff.
Yep. And I mean, they make like Blaze is a. How would you describe the Blaze? It's not like a.
It's supposed to be sort of a appetite suppressant.
Yeah. But it also gives you a little bit of energy.
Yeah. That's the best way I can put it. My problem with that stuff. I can't swallow a pill for the life of me. I mean, even like a freaking ibuprofen, little 200 milligram, I have a hard time. So I've took that stuff when they gave us samples, and it takes me a while to get it swallowed down. And it ain't that big of a pill. It's just me.
Yeah.
If I could do that a little better, I might. Well, that's why I like the multivitamin we got. Is they call it the STM. It's like a powder straight in the mouth. You don't even have to put it in water. You just take the powder, and then I'll take some water or something and drink down. But that's why I like it, because it's like I ain't got to swallow no freaking pill.
They's all kind. I mean, they've even got like complete like weight loss kits.
Yeah, you can buy a kit.
Strength kit.
Comes with like ammo and enduro and whatever. But yeah, we got a good little selection.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna do pretty good. And like the ammo and the Magnum, I've tried a couple different flavors. The chocolate's what I keep going back to. Some of them just don't taste. They had a birthday cake in one of them I tried, and I was just kind of like, it tasted like vanilla that they tried to make into a different flavor, and it was just kind of like, ugh. But I can't decide on this green gummy Ignite yet. It's their newest flavor.
I like it. It, like I said, it reminds me of a sweet green apple.
This is what I had left over from this morning's Enduro. This is like a strawberry banana. It ain't bad. I don't know. It's funny because some people like some stuff, some people don't like it, whatever. But I got a blue one. I forget what it's called. It's pretty decent. I got that peach something.
Peach is good.
Then they have seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
There was a, what was it? Liberty Pop.
Liberty Pop.
It to me tasted like a sweet tart or something, but it was a seasonal summer thing. And if I'd have known how much I would have liked it, I'd have bought a bunch. But
and then they like. What is it? Bull Rush, I think it is a seasonal flavor. I think Partain give us a sampling of it.
But basically, the cool thing is they're out west. They're basically elk hunters targeting this stuff toward really archery hunters. You know what I mean? So that's what they started going to some of these archery shows 5, 6, 7 years ago, and that's what caught our attention. And then as we started kind of fooling with it, it's like this stuff's legit. And honestly, it got me. I've tested a couple other companies that ain't got nothing to do with archery stuff that's similar, and I'll be honest, none of that stuff tasted remotely as good or whatever as this Mountain Op stuff. There was some high-rated, nasty-tasting stuff I tested, and I was like, nope, I'm sticking with Mountain Ops.
Yeah.
But we are now an official dealer for them or whatever, so we'll be making, occasional orders.
Mhm.
And we got a good bit now if you need any, but definitely get on the website and do your research and all that stuff, or get you if you got somebody local you can get a little sample from, or a jug or whatever.
Mhm.
Test it out.
Yep.
That was a long talk, but it's one of the things I'm like pretty much sold on.
Yeah.
It really has caught my attention.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what else
The Ignite 2's got something in it. Like I said, I can't pronounce half of this stuff, but whatever, it helps you like improve focus. And I can tell that too. Like, I wouldn't want to drink an Ignite at nighttime. You're going to probably be awake.
Yeah.
But I can drink one at 2 or 3 o'clock or somewhere in there, and an hour or two later, I'm not like shaking.
Jittery.
I'm just like awake, and I can do what I need to do.
I wish they would bring back the dialed. That they had it for like a brief minute.
They said the dialed had whatever Ignite has got in it minus the caffeine. And it was supposedly they were going to team up with Levi Morgan,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going to be like for tournament archers to stay laser focused.
Yep.
And it kind of got advertised a time or two. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I got multiple theories, and I hadn't heard anybody tell me this, but I wondered, A, if Levi wanted too much money to be involved, B, if whatever they were putting in it wasn't going to be allowed for like world archery or something where they going to get drug tested, or C, did they test it and just not enough people bought it and they said hell with it. I don't know. And you can still, well, as of a couple months ago, I looked it up, and there was some on like eBay or Amazon, but as far as I know, it hadn't been in any of our material here in the past year or two, so they just kind of dropped it.
Well, I even asked them at the show, and that's what I said was, I liked the dialed because it didn't have the caffeine in it. I liked the Ignite and Yeti. I said, but that dialed, I said, it just, I was like, I'm focused. I mean, and they're like, they give me all, I was like, well, I know Levi Morgan was kind of in on that one. I said, was there an ingredient or something in there that, wasn't on the approved list of, I don't know, I'm not going to say medicine or whatnot, but every sport has a approved list of.
I can't think of the fancy way to put it.
I can't either. Approved list of, not going to, heck, I don't know, but an approved list of stuff that
supplements
is
or whatever. Yeah.
And they told me, said no, there wasn't nothing in it that, would cause to fail a drug test. And I mean, I don't think a company would put that in there selling it to the public. I wouldn't believe, but they're super nice people. So I think I could trust them.
But I'm sold on them. I think we went into a couple Mountain Ops talks before, but they, it's really, I mean, my wife, she drinks it in the morning, I think, to kind of get woke up, and then this, that, and everybody. I mean, even Partain that helps us, he said his wife started drinking Ignite and said that's the best she's ever felt.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just because it's waking her up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm, no joke, I am sold on this stuff. If nothing else, I am sold on the Mountain Ops.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of that, I got my Mountain Ops
hoodie on.
I forgot I didn't know I had it on, really. I wasn't paying attention, but I got it on that order to see. Honestly, I should have washed it. I wore it that first day, and all the fuzzy. I had a black shirt on under it. I looked like a damn woolly booger. But it's a good hoodie. They got some nice hats and clothing and stuff. I may order a few things and put in here because I know everybody loves them leather patch hats and all that sort of thing. They got some real good stuff. I ordered me some Mountain Ops socks, and they felt good. I don't know. I like it.
They got a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's just one of them. When I get on the website, it's like a kid at Christmas. You putting everything on your Christmas list.
Well, they are very good at marketing. I mean, because they'll, you buy so much, you get entered to win a bow or a hunt,
or
whatever.
Something.
And it's almost every week they got a new promotion.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a ton of emails. Order this and you'll get entered to that. And so I mean, they're legit in the hunting industry, very much so. So, I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we'll get off here after we talked about Mountain Ops forever. But we Maybe we need to call them, Bill. Listen, we need to be brand ambassadors.
Exactly.
We need hats, underwear, shirts.
We need all the swag you got.
Yep. But anyway, holler at us if you need us.
Yep.
I don't know of anything super crazy coming up this week. But like I say, it's slowly picking up.
Mm-hmm.
So just let us know if you need anything. If nothing else, hit the old like button and say hey in the comments.
Yep.
And we appreciate y'all watching.
We do.
See you next time.
See y'all.